In this video, we're going to go over 3 Conquest maps as well as reveal the hidden rewards within each one at the end of each of the map. So make sure you don't skip all the way to the end and watch throughout the video. Now, if you're new here, make sure you hit that red subscribe button. To start off this stronghold, you don't have the necessary fans to move to territories that are going to allow us to circle in the open athletics. So instead, you're going to move as much as you can to where you can close off any path that they plan on taking in the future. And that's what we did right here. We're going to put the 5 there, and then we are going to perfectly be able to go back down there. You're going to take as many open territories as you can now. 7 million fans is pretty good. They are going to attack us with that 3 million. The simulation went in our favor, and we were able to beat them. They are going to continue reinforcing that one spot though, and they are going to continue trying to expand through that one spot. So if you like, that can be your blocker to an extent. We, on the other hand, are going to place a 3 million there so they don't attack. And if they do attack, then it's going to be a much more difficult simulation for them to beat. We want to stop the Cubs from expanding at the same time, although. As you can see, the Athletics didn't attack, but that means that they're probably waiting until next turn. With 3 million, we're going to be able to slot ourselves perfectly into that Boston Red Sox space. They're going to have 4 million. They're going to attack us with the 4 million, and they started reinforcing other territories. The most amount of spaces that we can get is going to be from the bottom here. So we're going to go through the bottom here. And like I always say, make sure you don't corner yourself in a spot where you can't keep expanding. It looks like they didn't want to take the risk with 4 million to attack this 3 million, so it's still serving as a blocker. Skip to steal fans face, skip to reinforce. You're going to try to take as many open territories as you can here, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Roughly 7, maybe more. We're going to give this 9 million. And then the rest is going to go to this 3 million. And let's just clap the Oakland Athletics so they don't continue on trying to take as many territories as they can from us or even attack us. We're not going to attack with the 3 million. We're going to leave it right there. It's not going to serve as a blocker. It's just going to be there as a placeholder for when we decide to move towards the Boston Red Sox. So I guess you can say it serves as a blocker to an extent, but we're not going to focus on the Red Sox. Next, we're going to focus on the Cubs as they are reinforcing their fans with more territories than the Red Sox. This is not where the blocker goes for the Oakland Athletics. It actually goes on their top right. We will go ahead and move that there. I'm going to attack the Cubs from the top because by doing that, getting rid of the 6 prevents it from getting any stronger. If you guys didn't see what we did right there, we moved all of the fans from this 1 million territory. There were, I believe, 3 million fans there. We moved 2 million fans to this territory. That way it can have 3 million at the blocker, which is ideally what we always go for here. Losing 3 fans there, no bueno. Absolutely no bueno. And the fact that we have to play a couple of, I wouldn't say meaningless, but worse simulations in order to get to the Cubs, 6 million, never mind. Our simulation went, we ain't even stressing. Like, you know, we're just built different. We're like that. That's all I can say to that. Keep in mind, you want to keep 3 million fans over at the Oakland Athletic spot. With 8 million, do I want to attack the 4 million? Sure. Beautiful. They can't reinforce these territories, so even if you lose this simulation, it doesn't matter. You never have to worry about these 1 million territories again, as long as they don't reconnect to their stronghold, which we are going to go out of our way to make sure that doesn't happen, and 1 million territories cannot attack. So you don't have anything to worry about. Up next, you're going to go directly after the Red Sox, right? Don't listen to me carefully. Don't go... Oh my God, the Cubs were able to beat our 3 million blocker and place 3 million there? No way. Okay, listen to me carefully. Don't go out of your way to try to capture as many territories as you go after the Red Sox. That is not worth it. Instead, just cut off their supply to reinforce other territories, and you're gonna be good there. The blocker is to their left. Okay, perfect. So although the Cubs did go ahead and stab us in the back, we're not too stressed. We're gonna put 3 million here just to play it safe. With the Cubs, we're gonna start from the bottom, and then we're gonna leave all of these guys over there as the blocker. The 6 million here, I'm actually gonna move it to the Red Sox blocker spot. That way, if the 2 million decides to attack us after the stronghold decides to attack us, and let's say it had made us a little weak, it wouldn't have been the end of the world. The path here is important. Don't go up, go right, so you don't close yourself in. And then you're done with this map. Just capture the rest of the open territories and reinforce next to the stronghold, and then capture the rest of the territories, and you're done. Shamrock made easy. As always, shout out to Jesse D10 on Twitter, Jesse D123 on YouTube. These are all the hidden rewards inside of the Shamrock map. Pretty good amount of rewards for how small. Map 25, the closest stronghold to you is going to be the Orioles. And we already see where the blocker is supposed to be. So go there. If you lose, restart until you end up at this exact spot with 6 million fans. After that, maximize. Actually, don't go up. Never mind. Don't go up. Don't go up. Just take as many of these open territories as you can. And the reason why you don't want to go up, you're about to see. We're going to reinforce this to 3 million. We're going to reinforce this to 1 million. They are going to attack us. Boo-hoo. Right? We're going to move to 1 million here. They attack us. Now, if you're lucky and they don't beat your 3 million, they can only move once. So, with the 3 million or whatever you have left, take these open territories. And it's like you never missed a turn. But you do have to reinforce this back. So, that's the only downside to it. You're going to be able to be A-okay, although. As long as they don't beat the... Oh, snap, they kept us at 1. That's no bueno. We're going to put 3 million back there. And this is perfect. We're gonna be good. They brought us down to 2 mil. We ain't stressed. We ain't stressed. Just reinforce this back up. Put it to 3 mil. And you don't have to worry about them anymore. Isn't that a beautiful life? We already got one of the sides done, basically. The Marlins, they look like they're going to give us a little bit more trouble. But we ain't stressing them yet either. We're going to go after the Reds next. We didn't lose any fans at the blocker. They dropped us down to 2. Here, try to take as many... I think the Marlins are going to move towards... Actually, they might. Hold on. Let's see what they reinforce yet. They're going to move towards the right. Or, excuse me, the left. So, instead, we're going to go after the Reds instead of going after the Marlins. Just so we can finish 2 spots. Going after the Reds might be... No. I did not expect them to move down. But since they did, that's fine. We unfortunately are not going to be able, unless our simulations are the best in the world, which I doubt, to block them from reinforcing those other territories. So 3 million here we'll have to do. I don't want to risk on leaving that as a 1 million territory. So we're just going to reinforce this back to 3. We're going to move everything else here to 14. Skip to attack phase. Attack this 2 million. And then they want it back. That's gonna hurt. I mean, it might not, depending on how these simulations go and how many fans we end up, let's say, winning or losing. But it hurts because ideally you wanted to win that simulation, which I could have reinforced 3 million there. That's gonna be what you do actually. Instead of reinforcing this territory and then moving with it, just put 3 million there, reinforce this territory or this territory if you got up to there. But ideally, put 3 million here, reinforce this territory, and then continue simulating up with the rest. It actually doesn't end up hurting us too bad, as we're able to perfectly get the amount necessary to fill out the rest. Marlins are up next. Probably should put 7 million there. Actually, I'm gonna put 8 million. I don't know why. I'm scared of this simulation right here. So we're gonna put 8 million. Shouldn't have been scared at all. With 9 million Marlins, they attack here first. 6 million fans should be more than enough to cut off their supply chain and keep the rest of these games at an easy simulation for us. So 4 million, do I want to keep going? This is going to be our leading territory regardless. So we're just going to skip to reinforce so we don't lose too many. We're going to go right after the Blue Jays, cut off their supply chain as well. And the reason why I didn't reinforce 3 million here for the Marlins is because I'm actually going to move them from the Reds, keep 4 at the Reds, which is going to be 5, then put 3 mil on the Marlins. And I should have reinforced 1 more on the Orioles, so if we lose it, that's on me. I forgot it dropped down to 2, but luckily for us, they weren't able to beat us. The Blue Jays, they have a 2 million territory, they have a 4 million territory. So you might say to yourself, what do you do here? You have to go right after the 4 mil, especially if you have a much larger number than them. And that's why, because the 4 mil can smoke you. We're going to skip the Steel fans here, and we're going to reinforce. We're not going to move fans from that 5 million. We're just going to leave it as it is. And everything else is going to be towards the Blue Jays. We're not looking to capture as many territories as we can from the Blue Jays. There's no actual strategic way. Actually, there's not a strategic way where I can end up where the blocker is supposed to be for the Blue Jays. So we're just going to have to reinforce it to 3 mil there. That's all it is. And I'm going to take as many spaces as I can to where I don't have to stress. Are we going to move the fans over there though? Should we move the fans over? We're just gonna skip the Steel fans here. Reinforce this back to 3. Reinforce this back to 3. Then we're going to put all of our fans here, and we're gonna cut off the supply chain for the Pirates. Move this 6 mil to this spot, and I think 25 is done just with that. Let me make sure. Wow, they dropped us down to 3 mil. No. I attacked. Wait, no, that was correct. I thought the Marlins weren't directly in our path. With 11 mil, we're not going to be able to circle in the Pirates though, because that 5 mil is going to clap us if we try. Especially if all these simulations don't go our way. 8 million. Serve as a blocker. Oh my god. 5 mil might attack us. 5 mil decided not to attack us. Okay. Now, with this Pirates situation, it's a little different. We're going to put 3 mil here because we know that's where the blocker is supposed to be. And everywhere that's supposed to have 3 mil, we'll go ahead and put 3 mil at as well. So, hopefully we have great simulations here. You want to go after the 5 first, and then you want to go after the 8. And then if the 3 decides to move as it just did, you're not really stressing it. Make sure you're selecting the 8 here and not the 1, so you don't lock yourself into that corner with the 8. My lord. That 8 smoked us. Alright. Okay. I was going to attack it next, but it did it for us. Alright. Perfect. So we have a 3 mil, just reinforce, make sure that the 3 mils are serving as blockers, and then just capture the strongholds and all the open territories left. These are all the rewards for the 25 Conquest map, just like the last one. For a pretty small map, decent amount of rewards. Last map of the video is going to be this Apple map. Now, we have 12 million fans, right? We could grind out until we get the perfect simulation. That's probably what I will end up doing. We're gonna go this way. So until you get the perfect simulation versus the Red Sox, you're going to restart. Hold on. So ideally you want to end up here with 5 million. Hold on. We're gonna restart. We're gonna take a little bit of a different path. I'm not saying this is more efficient because you're gonna end up with 5 million regardless, but it looks cuter. Finally! It took probably 2 minutes for us to finally get the perfect simulation. But we're happy, right? Move directly to the Yankees next. 3, 2, 1. Actually, don't move up. Move down so you can circle them in a lot faster. Skip to reinforced face. You're going to put 3 here because that's where the Red Sox are. And then we're going to move everything else down towards the Yankees. You don't want to simulate against any of the Yankee territories yet, but we do want to circle them in as fast as we can. So the Red Sox, we stay with 3 mil there. We're happy. The Yankees, we want to make, oh snap. Hold on now, them boys, they said, hey, you ain't circling us in. But little do they know we is. So we got to. Alright, we have no other choice. 6 mil, we're going to be moving up. We're not going to attack them just yet. Did I say we weren't going to attack them? I meant we are going to attack this 1 million territory. Hopefully you don't lose all your fans there. I don't want to attack that 2 million, but we're going to have to attack that 2 million soon too. Like, we're going to have to circle them in big time or else they're just going to keep getting stronger inside that box. Put a 3 mil there. Everything else is going to be here. And you're just going to circle in the Yankees. End goal, circle the Yankees. Hopefully the simulations go your way. That one went our way. This is where the blocker is supposed to be, where the 5 is currently. Can we circle them in here? If all the simulations go perfectly, we're going to be able to circle them in. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. Put 3 on the blocker. Don't forget that. Put 3 on the blocker. We're going to put everything else here because if all else fails, we want to make sure we get this territory at minimum. Alright, we got it. We got it. We're good. We're popping. So next up, circle in the Reds. They actually give us a perfect path to not even have to worry about their bigger territories. Reinforce right here. Damn, we should have put 1 more towards the Red Sox blocker. Hopefully the Red Sox don't beat us. They didn't. And look at that. You're going to be able to easily, as long as the stronghold doesn't knock you out, easily close off the Cincinnati Reds. They moved down 1. Perfect. We don't have to worry about that. We're going to move the 5 million. Actually, we're going to put 3 million here. We're going to put 3 million here. And then I'm more scared of a 7 than no, we're going to go after the Mets next. Hey man, if we beating up the Yankees, we got to beat up the little brother too. You feel me? We're not just beating up the big brother. We're showing them we the big dogs. So we going to beat up both of them. Now listen to me carefully. Depending on what happens here, we're not moving up. We're not moving up. Because if we attack the 7, and let's say we end up with 2, the 8 is going to come running down all the way in our path. And we ain't trying to have that happen to us. So just put a 3 here. Put a 3 here. Go to the 9 mil. Reinforce to 18. Skip to attack. Hopefully don't lose too much here. 15 mil versus 9 mil. That's still scary, but the chances are in our favor. Come on. Boom. Let's go. Easy money. Alright, skip to steel fans face. Skip to reinforce. Reinforce this to 3. Reinforce this to 3. We're going to take these open territories along the way. So move everything, or not move everything, reinforce everything left there. Leave 2 million fans in that territory next to the Mets. That's going to be your blocker. Alright, all of our blockers are working effectively. The 5 mil never got bigger for the Oakland Athletics, but they do have an 8 mil. So don't attack that 3 mil. Just let it be. Say, yo, next turn I got you, bro. Like, if you see your man's getting beat up and you know you ain't beating that dude up, just say, hey, man, we got him next time. And just walk away from the fight. 17 mil versus 3. Easy money. Versus 8, I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. Look at that. The 8 beat us. That's how scary that was. So there's nothing I can say. Just reinforce everything here. Skip to attack phase. Easy. Easy. Boom. Now, ideally, you reinforce 3 million here, and then the rest you just put to whichever stronghold it is you want to capture until you face it on rookie difficulty. And bada boom, bada bang, you just finished the Apple map thanks to me. For standard packs and a random headliner, one thing I will say about the random headliner pack is that you can actually hold on to them until a new headliner drops, and I believe that you can proc the new headliner inside that random headliner proc. These are the hidden rewards for the Apple map. One thing I will say is the random headliner packs, it has a chance to give you any of the headliners that have been dropped. So you can hold on to these until there is a good headliner pack, and then open all of them when that good headliner pack drops, in hopes that you don't have to buy a good headliner pack, but instead you get lucky enough to proc it, and who knows how many times you might be able to get it. With that being said, although we are done with today's video, 3 conquest maps in one, 3 of the easier maps, so I didn't want to make too long of a video for it. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace out.